Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, we saw the market tank today. I think it's a healthy readjustment given the steep climb we had due to AI. And we may see a little tentativeness while we wait for Jerome Powell to speak, but based on what I have read from various sources, let me share with you what I think is in store for us tomorrow. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. In the coming months, we all know that a shift is expected, a cut in interest rate looms on the horizon, yet the specifics, the timing, the number of cuts, those things are absolutely uncertain. And the change in stance emerges from a interaction between the financial markets and the Fed, and it's influenced by the pace and timing of these cuts. Initially, the markets anticipated a more accommodating central bank with around 6 cuts expected, but the Fed, led by Jerome Powell, have chosen a path of caution and deliberation. This week, Powell will step into the congressional stage seeking to offer clarity on the central bank's monetary policy plans. While not expected to unveil the exact details of the impending cuts, any shift or subtlety in his message will be dissected by the keen eyes of the market, who is always trying to find out or game out what Chairman Powell is going to do. And the Fed's decision hinges on a delicate balance. Their assessment of inflation, recent signals have been mixed, with data from late 2023 suggesting a trend towards the Fed's 2% target. However, a sudden jump in January, particularly in housing cost, created concerns. And I think Jerome Powell must artfully navigate this mixed narrative as he addresses Congress. Because remember, there are regional banks which have got a lot of pressure because their treasuries are worth way less than what they bought it for. So that's one pressure out there. And the other pressure is that this is the election year, and typically the Fed would not like to be someone who causes problem during an election year. So they want to keep a lid on inflation. So they wouldn't be signaling any kind of dovishness, and they would try to avoid any kind of hawkishness and walk a very tight line. And despite the anticipated rate cuts, Powell's message won't echo a sense of mission accomplished. That's the word some people used in the media. And they say he's expected to highlight progress while acknowledging the inevitability of the cuts. And this approach comes at a critical juncture for the markets, currently experiencing turbulence due to uncertainties surrounding interest rates and the future of big tech companies. So suffice to say that the Fed is facing a tight walk. Excessive risk-taking in asset markets might urge tighter policies, yet an overly cautious approach could cast shadows on economic growth. So tightrope is what he has to do. And the one concern I have is that after we saw the stunt with regard to the border, where a bipartisan border bill was killed by Trump because Biden is looking good, I'm afraid that we should not have something like that manifesting in this hearing, where any of Trump allied members start pushing the Fed to reduce the interest rate, because that's the wrong thing to do at this point of time, the wrong thing to signal at this point of time, because it can spike inflation and create issues for us, and also forcing the Fed to talk one way or the other would be a mistake. But the Congress is what the Congress is, and they are going to ask those questions, and Fed Powell will have to manage to answer it in such a manner that the market outside doesn't get disturbed. I think he's got a very tough job ahead of him. Hats off to Jerome Powell for bringing us so far, and I wish him the very best in tomorrow's hearing. And meanwhile, we'll watch the futures. I think the opening at least is looking good at this point of time, because I checked the Nasdaq futures and it is around 10 basis point green when I saw it last. And also the leaders like Nvidia and FNGU, they all recovered post-market, and they also recovered to the end of the market. One of the things I had noticed day before was that FNGU had dropped sharply. It exaggerates the action of the AI Mag 6 or Mag 7. So I was thinking that it's the professional dealers who held on during the day and suddenly they sold off at the end of the day. That's one interpretation that you could do. But today, FNGU as well as NVIDIA all picked up during the closing hours, and post-market they were positive. So I am hopeful that we are going to have a positive opening. What happens after that depends on Jerome Powell. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Wishing you the very best.